Hello, Busuya Monia Kwaba, and so Yasha Jumedina Civil. Someone I won't even know Odu, Quesidebia, the Dam Jumedia, the brown one. And Ade Babeno, you walk very, very, very deep because I don't Chebiano, MPP, about Tona Babado. Into politics, Nagasano, Yasha, quite a very timer, Yatu Abano. And as most of you know, some of the predictions that I gave came to pass. What concerns to the man, Baumia, I gave the result, and that result that I gave happened as I predicted. It's in the Yababoko very deep. Ade Babaya Wahano, Ayada, ordinarily no, no baby. Ayade be in our classroom. Mayabaya Wahade Yada, who said a wild drain obado, and Mesa Ames. The Baya make me believe in data, yes. But I believe more, in history and then fact, because history, fact, no boom. Me you to collect data. Data before cry I go ajibet no na nyama asesa. I factual. Iti yaba boko how 2028 will be. Both MPP NDC. Ana ma kan ma yaba kan ma wadwen ombra hapa because enyama be very very deep. Inti wama wana adwen ombra hade. Jumezi yono wa fa ho call the Hawk investigations on Wako. Wako de mo waka chawane de se elisidan another a panhia nkofo se da hwehwe wonyen elisidan another panhia but modern another yakwan another hospital bibia ebenya ahwea na nda be fra Wako 050 571 4871 a from one na one about to nkomo nti an ogu screen no the maso Hawk investigations is so say obi ayo bibi na epede obi ayo bibi na se epede won so obomozen wo hwehwe mu wa from 020 228 3252 e from na one yo ba twetwe nkomo ye twen ya ba ya boto no.
In a world where darkness rules, a world without a law, a world where truth is hidden, this is the world where we shine our light to make it better so you can sleep. We are the hunters of truth. Hawk Investigation Company. We hunt for the truth. Call us 0 any day, anytime, and we will be there to hunt.
Yamona kwaba ende yepu inde de anko studio. Yen yefie studio inde yepu into why betiti dede na de cars botwom. Ehun bebi am very different place kra. Akra ha baby na minde yegina yaban simple cranda de yaba pado ibi o so peda wonye hia won bonkomo nda de yawa pado nti ibi mbotwom ebohun de cars lutwom ebohun de na de nda de yeni studio yaba pado nti yamohonia akwaba yadeba Hawk TV do meeting the Enoch eju tena meke no ade baba ye no ordinarily enye no baby ara very deep yaba ba how 2028 no obeye within MPP NDC, because these are the two major political parties presently reigning in the country. And for the last period from 1992, basically the period that we flying with their cotton. As to whether the uncle foot to obey in Bribia or best someone the meaning in Nigeria Ghana for one, but my babayano are very deep into young room. Yes, the whole thing asa in Yemebi or we said yet I say historically urban history we said to you historically in them yamano and are subject to facts and my long run about data based on opinions what will happen into me you want to write history because every about to be a from 1992 based on time piano history be Aiden or 1992 was the first time two leaders now all contest na a former president na koso no ye sojenia wa transition by civilian or J. Rawlings and Liman. That was a history about 1992. At the same time, so now two hot soldiers whom Rawlings and General Erskine. Into 1992 also marked the beginning of the Fourth Republic. Into that was a history of it. Now, Temamekano and Sana Yakoyan point to 1996. So the first time Yebenya vice president to Ghana ho. Won't you away be a young, but this time I'm shown many times. 1996 was the first year vice president to that Baumia. Or vice president no some so your running mate or them for opposition leader called Ken Snaka. That was 1996. It was an interesting period. NDC will be biada. There, Ghana Kroya Yomi. Now vice president of the republic. Now some so your running mate or them or my payunko for. Them 1996, they both for contested about 3 to 4 times. One, within the MPP Nankasano or contested, winning hands down. And that alliance between Anna Aka, the alliance between Aka PCP no, Aka can Kanye leader because not a vice president. And the MPP was not for a very experienced. So what then happened? Okay, if that be the case, one call electoral college. What call electoral college? What call no 14. Why actually be in your offer? Then they went again for the 3rd time. Anna large banda, Anna no that time no yet chairman or my PCP no. Now 2 tier or ye Ken Snaka and normal Ken Snaka or by running mate. So that was what happened in 1996. Now EBC was Ghana ada and Sana Kufuor contested the main election. In 1996, Kufuor no fan papa. History nam dem no. Ya the nyama bobodo na bet nyama ase. Now ya tsodo ayako 2000 another thing and so see no your first time EBC that was the first time from one civilian government to another civilian government. EBC that 2000 was the first time one government also handed over to another government. Not Ghana, I didn't see that. The government be handed over Adam another going in soldier. Into no 2000 no one government hand over to another government. The same 2000 also no. The first vice president or contested elections. First vice president or contested elections were Ghana in the person of the late Atamios. 2004 and also by the first time you been a vice president or contested 2 times 2004 no so na EBC wa Ghana hada 2008 and you been a candidate na do down Akufo-Addo that time na your friend not a candidate that time or contested only D Mills I think 49%, and I'm most I think 47 point something. But when to win the ultimate prize now. To know say second round. Second round now most beaten by some small vote be. And now most the better president. That also was the first time because now you know even see that the vice president to be called 3 good times. Now what sounds so okay no. First round of election no. When two win. Candidate no winning so and so when two win then one by a president. Now, you came out by 2012. 2012 also by first time being a certain president Oti Egwado. Into most no, actually there a lot of history surround the most power. By first vice president, only NDC back to power. By first vice president or contested 3 times. Not by the first president to say, oh we no we kunyanodo and now oh Egwado. Oh yeah, 2012. That time no, it then gave way to John Dramani Mahama. Don't be umbrella equation until John Mahama no obey the first president of Ghana Yantono do aba constitution not the power and demand to automatically obey president. That was 2012. Then first 2012 national about to no asanso court. No so now under the 1992 constitution it's not being see the meda or court but long run no John Mahama offer. Now fast forward to 2016. What happened? 2016. Now John Mahama was in office. Oluzi over 1 million votes. 10 years over 1 million votes. And that was the first time so you been a former president never. That is Edward Akufo-Addo. Never Nana Addo Akufo-Addo obey president. Now you been see that Ghana ha president be never about a president. So you realize that even though Edward Akufo-Addo not a ceremonial president, but not a head of state. that history was made in 2016. Until the whole of this country, Akufo-Addo remains the only person who paid the president, now to be the president, and that was 2016. 2020, in the Ebenya Parliament, only about bracket 137, into a more like a hang parliament. That time, not used to EBC or Ghana had that. But the interesting thing is, that time in the day, that very time, no, today, walk on walk to about no speaker. Now, guess what? Speaker Bagman, winning. That time, winning, about the first time I won Parliament, Bible bracket to 137. Now, government no winning, no, I have no control Parliament as far as the speakership was concerned. No control Parliament as majority because independent candidate Bakano. But now, Speaker Bagman from the NDC. Obeye, the Speaker of Ghana's Parliament from the opposition. That was 2020. Now 2024, and it will be 2024. Yeah, the first time out. Former President TB, because apart from Liman or tried the in 92, former President TB will lose the election or back. No be winning 2024. So this is baby I do Yellow or 2028. The dynamics, history now that month. We catch that every election, some kind of history happens. Now, what NDC, this very 2028, today I'm predicting election. I don't see how it will be easy. Adam NDC 2028. Or possible that them 8 years will be break there 1 to 1 to 2028. That history in me see. Why am I saying so? Okay. Self NDC ma. Anytime biano will win power biano. No, yes, someone either why a vice president before, another why a president before. So Yamshim 92, J. Rollins, he was already a president. At time also contested or for 2000, not or a former, not a vice president. John Mahama or contested, Nanado no, so not a president. So all of them almost no office. But 2028 will be the first time in case na se Jenano Poku Ajuman one be question ma yebenya candidate from the NDC own tasty power da either as a vice president or as what a president or a former vice president or a former vice president. That is going to be 2028. It's only easy because all the time NDC one vote to win Biana, another win the win Biano is built on the kind of candidate or the leader that they have in power. Because 92 they built it upon Rawlings, 2000 they built it upon Atamels, Rawlings at the same time. Then in 2012 they built it upon John Dramani Mahama and Atamels administration. On the other hand, other MPP ma, I want to win power in here. No Biano will taste the power that for true team. Kofo, as at 2000, about equation in 96, 2000 all contestant no tasty power that as either a vice president or president. The first time I obe tasty power was 2000. Nanado, at the time I know so winning in 2016, no tasty power that. The first time obe tasty power was from opposition, and that was in 2016. Now, so I've been there 2028 because people in elections in January. Kennedy offer, then it means that again, there's a likelihood there by some saying another MPP near own tasty power that no so to offer. And this is where you draw a line with 10 years per it unless some of them are one. And this will be my action MPP. Because MPP all the time when we need power no opposition no the winning. NDC time be winning power biano and obo lose neither there or a benim another one no be or a former no one local. So this is the first time NDC boko election ma yimpa ode no boko no so anya je na no poko agyeman no akaya asedu ketia okay Julius Dabra okay Ato Forsen okay offend Kobnado for and okay Guzitano and Espil Gabra and now Haruna Drusu any of them are only easy because between Baumia, Kennedy, the uncle of they are well marketed. Urban Ghana ha. On the other side of the NDC, apart from I say educate here, just look at the list now mobile boy no. Julius Dabra, our chief of staff. Baby I'm Jini, say kade a young coffee interview be so on the one Julius Dabra. Unless the political elite will to get to the chief of staff. But I said educate General Mosquito no, are well known. It is the NDC call a for Julius Dabra. No one so they will have to spend time to market him very well. Now, what can I for to force now? I another story on its own. A for how you do so, I another story on its own. A for Spio Gabra, I another story. Guzitano, the same thing. Now, what NDC since 1992 BC 2024, Fanta 4 other day why a vice president and why a president were NDC. Ever since the NDC party, no, what's we are basing there no. I am going to focus on Akanya Fantinina or Guan. Go and learn the history war. Na Casabana na Kaka. It's a one put the monko, but Casabana na Kaka, no, if it's central. So 92, no Yaka. 96, Atamos, 1 year Fantifo. 2000, education offended Atamos Beno, obey president, no, the John Dramine Mahama no in the bay. And if you are now Mahama Subeno, a cafe misa ata. No so any baby called Fantinia. And a misato swing baby can work for Jena no Pokajman. So it tells you there, them Fantofono, Debiano from 1992 no NDC, they be almost row. Either one number 1, another number 2. As far as NDC is concerned. Sir Obani there, this upcoming election, see, NDC Nibafa, Julius Dabra, our South Waterdow. And wakafa say doing ketia automatically no we say work or not no okay you want running mate, and this will be the first time oye NDC party we boko abatuma Fantinin count. And how do you think it's going to play out wo oye central region? Me more facts not that the reason why it's not that it's not going to be that easy a walk in the park for the NDC as far as 2028 is concerned. Timasi pa nti on na oil analysis na wo church onia no ebi o wi na obi say some questions behind this 10 year pa. Now on the other hand, send this ya wona adwenda wona ma me Jena no poko adwan loko na ba onyasu wi na 2028 will also be the first to be 2 vice presidents or crash, 1 former and then current. Now Jena no poko adwan no problem, the Ghana na yawo no Besia ababa be di Ghana do no ame ojan baby me stand what that maka many times on TV on many platforms maka na asem no de besia ababa be di Ghana do NDC na nkasa kwan one pen de besia be commander in chief say swala yes ye nje LGBT ntum moboa beyin to beyin ye mu bi aka na mesem na aka yes LGBT because that's otia young culture be na wa Ghana ha o me besia kwan de on she beyin do culture ben catch them. Ben. Say up kaya yakwa religion wa Christianity, Christopher, on Bible no use no. On makwan. On na wako Islam one some on makwan. Traditional religion one some no on makwan. Itu no mu how besia oba be oye flag bearer, wa be leader. Na wa be president wa Ghana. I don't know how that is going to be possible. At that time in Besa for crown one by power no affirmative action na women rights so be say president na Ghana be fina yo shehu automatically and Jena no poko adman na gasa so ni age no woman no I doubt that one then baba do botum akede oroko ibio so back at time now we no maybe said the NDC we Jena no poko adman for the reason they will be in power and now for the future SMP. So NDC will do my year chin MPP as far as upcoming election 2028 is concerned for voting. Now, when it comes to oye MPP, I want so a juma kakao woni, but when yanko fundo is too much. They don't go no what lie. It's about there. When we are getting to the elections, no, what happened? Need tapes are oye no. By 2020, Just that Palugu Dam, not dam, the exchange rate in some of them tapes and were born back. The matter, do you know when it started? 1996. When a car, now you're vice president. Next summer, okay, Kano, will be okay, be a 19 GTV. Yet, some wire shine and the Abba can take time a car by a co-fund reanimate. No. I can't something be okay and say, I was soon with Dalbema or to then I was soon Dalbema or Sandria. Now, once you live in Pemino or better than Obeti Tendo. They will tape, 1996, what bueno or same for people and arguing. That time, Naka, Abba running mates to Kufo. The same 10 or what did you about me? What was that? Kushi? Kennedy Japan also need the fort in a day. Sebio, what's a casa? Sebio, aya, on fire, I'll drain you then onto a casa. Boom, 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 by heart, the ma. Muya Jame Yano. So, no punko. Dam, I'm a swallow new in San P. You have what the follow no. So, MPP, you know one day, or so a brand, whoever they are bringing. But when it comes to popularity, as far as Kennedy Japan are concerned, on breaky to them NDC whatever. Because NDC now can this will be the first time. So I'm afraid Jenano Pokajma candidate someone Nelebano wo Ejuma yepa. Now me aduma the next time you be share no. No bako deep. Now I find out my catch the politics and the because generally no MPP work across to another. So this is an opportunity for you to watch this very channel. Because in Yama Yaba Kanu Yama ordinarily in the end to baby ara. Hence, I offer had a classroom down not it. Once you identify or opportunity, any will be apart from her. In the next week, no may be end there, Yaboko or MPP. Yako MPP ma, Yabesha how the elections no obey. Yabesha if you again history and how it's going to plan out as far as Baumia and our young Papa Kennedy are concerned, who is going to lead. You used to be NDC the next very time no. Now you are sharing so across carpet from one party to another between MPP and NDC. But when they be on NDC ni, a large user of blessed memory. Now you are for ne campaign manager. There was a timer. Now they by 2000 election no about join NDC. Corkens Naka a whole vice president. No APC forming progressive alliance with NDC no. A long run, no so by Eden, or Betono, and Kufo, or for me. This will be an opportunity for upcoming politicians also to watch. The politician, say, because you never know when you cross carpet and how things will change. Ninyano Yaboko, Yabu raw politics near could deep, missing the Enoch Iju. But I said I should do Mezi, Yami Aduma, Ebesha. Bye bye.